Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the Hood Film Show. You are in my studio. It's a little messy. I got a bunch of little stuff sitting over here. This is one of those blankets from the airplane. And my little stuff, you know what I'm saying? My print paper. My doohickey. Some shirts. Hood Film shirts. You definitely should get you one. We have Walmart.com. Walmart.com. Go to Walmart.com and get one of my shirts. So this is what it look like. Hey, I set that somewhere where you can see it. Like, I think you can see it right there. That's good. So I know you can see the shirt. Oh, hold on. This is actually a good moment to try to set up a little advertising piece. So let's. These are boxes with hats in them right here. So let's set this over here like that. One of the hats. All right, man. So what I'm doing here is trying to set up my YouTube video where I live stream. You can see my green screen on the wall where I do green screen. These are the Hood Film hats. I really don't wear them because I can't fit none with my locks. My library, these are hats that I gotta mail out, and some I'm keeping right here. And we just switch them out here and there. So I just want to talk to y'all. First of all, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for showing up to my page. Thank you for watching videos like this. This your boy Yusef Hood. This page is 10 years old, and I never really did a lot on it. I didn't commit like I should have on this page, so I just had it. I was always doing filmmaking and stuff, so I just did other things in my life. But I want to commit to doing a lot more videos on this page so y'all can see who I am and see the work that I create as a film artist. And then you can see some of the clothing that I own right there. I'm just trying to see about setting up everything in a nice little situation so we can talk. Yeah, so basically this is the whole thing. This is me. This is how I set my life up to talk to y'all. I can maneuver things and shift stuff around. That little box, that little thing with all the little books and stuff like that. It seems like little small items that add up to big items. You see my books right there. I also got books right here. So my favorite, Micro Ravager directing. Ooh, there's a lot of dope information here. So, and many more. So I want you to like and subscribe to this page. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, everything like that. I'm going to talk about celebrity news. I'm going to talk about filmmaking. I'm going to talk about YouTube algorithms. I'm going to talk about life in general. I'm going to talk about everything that I got going, stuff to keep you guys entertained. And I'm going to go out there and film. Obviously, I'm a film, a company called Hood Films. Also, you can ask me questions and talk to me about anything you want to ask me about. Hit me up. Let me know what's popping. And I'll definitely hit y'all back with some good information. Also, I'm sipping a young little beer. Last sips of my water. And I got some green that's at the end. And some runts that's about middle. Why am I showing you all that? Because I just kick it, man. It's just me. I'm not really like high tech. I'm really a low key guy. I do my work and I do my thing and I just try to kick it. I'm happy to be able to do my art because that's just like has been fun for me since I started as a younger guy. So I just always try to keep up with that and keep promoting, keep producing, using YouTube to continue to get my message out there to people just like you. So right now I want to talk about the crazy situation going on in DC. My son is actually in DC, and he's actually the one who called me and told me about what's going on in DC. And I was perplexed. I was blown. I'm like, what? They doing what up there? He was like, yeah, you calling to check on me? I'm like, I was just calling to chat. I didn't even know they was doing nothing up there. I don't really watch the news that much, as you can probably see, because this stuff was heavy news. And I was just like, man, I'm sorry this is happening. What's going on? So we chatted, and he told me it's literally happened like about a block from where he is. So it's the state capitol is being taken over. And this is really what you call white domestic terrorism, because if there were black people, and you already know it don't matter what color you are out there right now looking at this video, you know for a fact if there was black people out there trying to take over a part of America or fighting a part of America or taking over a state capitol building, that they'd be okay for them to go and shoot and kill them, and they would be legal for that to happen. There would be nobody that would complain. There would be nobody that would say, "Oh man, they killed a bunch of black people." It'd just be like shoot them and kill them. So it shows you the hypocrisy that America got to give. That white people can just go down there and say, "We don't want our president to leave the White House." We just had Obama in there. So you mean tell me all we had to do was go down there and pull guns and stand in front of the building and we could have kept Obama as the president? That just don't sound right to me. So give me about 1 second, y'all. I gotta cut my heat down a little bit. I'm a little on the bosom, so it's a little warm. All right, thank y'all for waiting and watching all this time. So, what's going on with America? Is it okay for them to storm a state capitol? Is that a part of treason? Is that what America has come to? So white people just gonna do it their own way and say we ain't gonna let nothing do against what we want to happen? Why is America letting this happen? Should there be a war? Should the National Guards be called in? What's going on in America? And why is this okay? It's not okay. It should be stopped. It should be thwarted. It should be somebody should be down there kicking ass saying, no, you better not do this. Y'all better go home. But it's just not like that. And I think that that's terrible. I think that if this was black people, the hypocrisy that America got is sickening. It would make you sick to your stomach. I know a lot of people watching this video are not going to be black people. I know that. So my point about that being is that you'll never understand what it's like to see something so hypocritical. So it's okay for white folks to go downtown and take over a state capitol building and nobody gets hurt. Supposedly it's a white woman who supposedly have got shot in the neck and she's dead. But is that a rumor or is that real? I'm not certain. You can let me know in the comment section if it's real or if it's certain. So it just kind of make you think. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Why is America so hypocritical? So, you know, I wish the best for the people who do get hurt, but it's like it shouldn't be like that. Our family, us as black people, should never have to go through somebody being so foul to us, where they can let their own race just run rampant and everybody hold back the guns. They don't shoot them. They're not arresting them. They're not tackling them to the ground. Think about what happened to the black people in Selma, Alabama, when they walked across that bridge and a bunch of those white folks beat the hell out of them with batons and beat them down and tried to just treat them like second-class citizens and hurt them. What about those humans? What about what they went through? What about their physical beatings down? Like the guy who ended up becoming a senator and everything like that from down in that time frame. He recently passed. I don't know if he died of COVID, but he recently passed. John Lewis. And it's just real sad that they can go down there and control a part of America or even front like they want to control it. They don't even look at it as treason. And it's almost like, hey, that's my cousin, that's my brother. I was just telling my wife, I said they probably was talking to each other during the holiday season saying, hey, I'm going down there and I don't give a shit. And if you come after me, god damn it, it's going to be a fight. And they're like, hey, I'm going, whatever, man, just calm down, chill. Now, fuck that. I don't like what's going on. And then they took their ass down there. And they brothers and cousins who the cops and the motherfucking mayors and the major people who make decisions because they all Caucasians was like, nope. I'm not going to send in the National Guard against my cousin. I'm not going to send in the police against my brother. They're going to go home. They told me they're going to do this. They said they were going to have this kind of issue. And now they're doing it. And that's all. That's all it's going to be. It's just going to be them doing it and they're going to stop. And so I just think that that's crazy. That's all. Just like, damn, I didn't think that. You would think that the America wanted to protect us as humans and as people, but they don't. And it seems like they fighting for something that I don't even really technically understand, because it's like they didn't give out $2,000 10 stimulus checks. Why you ain't down there fighting for that? Like, I didn't even get the last couple of stimulus checks from this president or when Bush was in office because I'm a black man and they had me under the Child Support Act, so I couldn't get none of the money. I literally didn't get no money until they set us up, saying that when you went to jail here in Chicago, uh, they go you through processing, just probably like it is where you from. And at that time in my 20s, there's a person inside there that had a big long stem, similar to the COVID-19 stem that they put up your nose, but they pushed this down the shaft of your dick when you went inside the jail. So no matter how many times you went, this person would be in there sticking this long shaft in your penis. And it would be seeming like he looking for disease, or I don't know what the fuck they did. They did it because they didn't want niggas fucking each other in there. Because your pain, the pain from this thing, and this man holding your penis tip and sticking it up in your penis, and you like, ah, and then he pulling it back out. It's like, what the fuck? So eventually, they gave out money to people who this happened to, who went through the jail. They gave out checks to us. It wasn't like $1 million, probably like $500 or something like that. But as many times as you went to jail, there's as many checks as you got. So it was like somebody sued them and they got them to give out money. It was medieval. It's like, damn, you going to jail, you already taking me, accusing me of a crime, telling me I got to go to jail, and then you want to stick this thing down my dick? And the sad part about it is, just like as if that wasn't sad, it was the guy who was doing it was a guy who I went to high school with. He was on the football team. Could you imagine this motherfucker at that job, the shit he had to go through, waking up in the middle of the night, dreaming about motherfuckers' dicks, dreaming about his job? What's on your mind? Well, I'm just thinking about work. He literally had to hold every human's penis in the jail system who came in there, thousands of people. And I don't know who chose him to do that job. Yeah, I'm signing up to be here, to work here. Let's think about that guy. He's pretty big. He's a muscle guy. Looked like he was on a football team. Put him on dicks. Or could you imagine somebody coming in there and he at work and somebody take his job and he coming to work like, hey man, what the fuck? I thought I was on dicks, man. What? How you go? That shit just made me laugh. So it's stupid. I'm not gonna continue that joke pattern because it's funny to me, but it really was a human that was doing that inside the jails. And so they gave out checks to people who actually was having this happening to them. And so I got like 2 checks. And I'm sure many, many other people did too, but this is like 2000. I want to say this is probably like 2004, 2003. This is a long ass time ago compared to now in 2020. So when they was passing out these checks from the America, I'm like, thank you. Shit. Because that was sad what the fuck they put us through. Back then, I didn't know it was going to get no check from it. It was just, to me, it was like, don't go to fucking jail because that shit is medieval. And they did that shit to whoever came in there, no matter what the fuck. It was a whole line. It's like going into slavery. Like a line. You had to wait one by one to go up in here and do this shit. It was real horrible. It was just jail, and the pain, oh my God, that shit lasted 3-4 days. You'd be like, trying to pee and shit, like, they did this. I thought it was like a part of, you going to jail, so we gonna do this to you. Like, they just trying to just hurt you. It was real fucked up. This was when I was in my 20s, so I'm telling you, it was rough. But making a long story short, that was a part of that, and so I got a check from that, but I didn't get a check from any other government situation when you talk about them passing out money in 2020. So when they gave out the 600, I just got that, and I was just like, damn, it feel good to finally be a part of America. But you know how it is, black people. They treat us like second-class citizens, man. They just treat us like we ain't shit. So you do it, you live with it, and you keep it moving. It don't stop us. We've created a lot of things to help us along the way. A lot of black people are successful. A lot of our people have strong minds. A lot of our people have made it to the next level in life. They've become successful. They've become living in areas that they've never been in, working in areas that's just amazing to even know. So we can overcome it. But I mean, to see them being able to storm the Capitol and nothing happened to them, it's like, it's some bullshit. Right here in Chicago, was a young guy who was killed by the police. The cop shot him 16 times. The boy was walking away from the police. He was a 17-year-old kid, 16-year-old kid, murdered, shot 16 times. The cop got 3 years, 7 years, half time. He doing 3, probably less, for murdering a human. And then all the other people around him lying about it. And then the city covering it up. And it's like, what the hell? And then you fast forward to those people who could do anything to anybody at any time. And it's not even a question. They're not sent to no jail. They're not dealt with in no negative way. It's just like, hey, he must have had a good reason for doing it. So it just make you think, and it make you want a better America, make you want a better world, because it's like we all are humans and we all supposed to have the same equality. And to me, you should want black people to have equality, especially after seeing what we went through for decades as people who didn't have to go through all that. Imagine 90% of the people here in America came on their own will. Even the white folks, they came because they decided to. They came because they chose to. Black people came against their will, then was taken out of their country and told that you could not speak the language you know. You could not practice the religion you know. You cannot know your mother and father and grandparents back home. Imagine being a person from the nationality you're from and the people who you're around currently, the people at your job, the people who drive down the street, your neighbors. They come to you and say, for being here, for being over here in America, in Denver or Texas or whatever city you're from, you can't go back home to your home country, and you can't talk the language, you can't see your mother and father, and every kid you got to start from you. And then that's what happens. Your generation began the next 10, 15 generations of you. It's not your whoever your parents are above you, and their parents and their parents and the grandparents you knew as a kid. That don't happen. That happened in our black culture. There was no grandparents at one point, and the grandparents came from a child that grew up in this earth over here. And then they said, you carry her on. And so what he learned from in American culture is what he passed down, because he had no culture from his past. That don't seem like a hard thing, don't seem like it's bad. But when you add on decades and centuries of that and hundreds and millions of humans, plus constant compoundment of negativity that's coming from the other race, then you see when they do stuff that's like completely off base. We all went to school. We all know that America is a country. We all know that you're supposed to love America and do the right thing in this country. But then you see people like that don't have it their way, don't get what they want, and they willing to tear this whole fucking thing down. I mean, think about it. Think about the Million Man March in 2005. Think about 1 million black dudes going to the U.S. Capitol, kicking a door in, saying, I ain't with them. I don't care what they doing out there. I'm coming in here to take this over me and these 55,000 guys. We coming to take this over. I know it's a million black dudes out there. They stand out there talking to Farrakhan. I ain't from their religion. I don't kick it like them. I'm separate. I'm taking over America. Do you think them white people would have said, hey, Farrakhan, could y'all come get them? Because it look like they trying. I see y'all peaceful over there talking, but it seems like there's 55,000 people trying to take over. Come talk to them. Tell them to go over there with y'all. We just want our country. We ain't trying to. We said y'all could come on and watch it tomorrow. Y'all could talk. Ain't nobody starting no trouble. They over here trying to take over our building. Could you go get them? Could you imagine that? They would have went down and said, no, don't say nothing. Let them get way up close to the building. Everybody pull back. Let them get up in the building. When they start putting their arms up like they made it, when they put that flag on top of the Capitol, take a picture of it. And then hit that goddamn button I told you about it. Blow all that shit up. And what about that watching the mall? Flooded. Niggas be like, flooded? Wait, what you mean y'all can flood the watching the mall? How long? Huh? You gonna just blow the building? Yeah, now let them run up in there. 55,000 people, cool. And it'll be on TV saying, all 55,000 died trying to run and take over the Washington Mall and the state capitol. But this guy, Tony Sebastian, he's the hero. He only wanted to go and do well for America. Now, 7-Up commercial. So, you're not going to win trying to go and do something like that, if you're a black person, if you try to take over America, if Farrakhan would have got down there and said, yeah, we did it, 1 million of us here, now take this motherfucker over, what you think would have happened with the white folks? They'd have said, did you hear that? Let's get our ass down there. Those niggas trying to take over Washington. They ain't gonna do it while I'm out here, son, bitch. It'd have been white people coming from every state with guns and knives and raccoon hats trying to kill black motherfuckers. And here's the crazy part. They would have killed niggas along the way. Motherfucker would have been outside like, hey, Tom, where you headed to? Come here, black motherfucker. You son of a bitch. You'll never go down there and go help those niggas in D.C. He can stab the shit out of them like, D.C.? I don't know. Where the fuck I'm going to D.C. for? But that'll be the truth because they would never let nothing like that happen. So white people can go down there and say they're going to take over a fucking state capitol building, and it's just a Tuesday afternoon. But I'm going to tell you, that's really a ploy. That's really a ploy. They're telling you, look, shit, it's possible. You could take over a building. Take your black ass down there feeling like these white people ain't treating you right, and you're going to take over a building and see what your ass be. Man, you ever found out about MOVE in the 1980s over in Philadelphia? Google this if you think I'm kidding. Look it up on YouTube. It's 1985. The MOVE. The MOVE was a group of black people over there who wore dreadlocks. They were in Philly, and what they did is they kind of had their own house. The guy who was the owner or the leader was a guy named somebody Islam. I can't think of his first name. Somebody Islam. So what he was doing, he had to fight a murder case prior to this event I'm explaining. And he became his own lawyer at this case. He beat the case. They sent him back to his house. So they didn't like that. This the 1980s in Philly. Black people was not supposed to be this smart. So over in a little area, the documentaries come out say that they was playing their music loud or playing speakers real loud, saying negative connotations, words out there, and the neighbors would be getting uncomfortable with what they were saying, or their positioning is that they just had family in this building. They was just trying to live themselves against what America was trying to force on them, which is assimilation, and they was just trying to live their life the way they wanted to. That's what dreadlocks was looked upon as a negative thing for many decades. Probably is somehow today too. But they just tried to live their thing, and then eventually they came over to their house, and they was like, hey, the police did, and they was like, yo, we tired of y'all noise, we tired of the complaints, we want y'all to come up out this house, we want y'all to come up out of here right now, and we going to fix this shit and beat y'all motherfucking ass if y'all don't come out. So they never came out, and the police started shooting and popping guns and doing everything you could fucking imagine. And they did it to them to eventually where they dropped C4 on the top of the building. That's the news statement, that where they dropped C4 on top of the building, which ended up burning down a whole city block and maybe about 4 more blocks around it. All these houses, all these black people were homeless, all these black people were kicked out of the house. So you got it. So think about how this worked out. You were a black person who lived around the MOVE. You didn't like how they kicked it. Maybe you didn't like how they dressed. Maybe you didn't like just them. So you called the police, and you kept calling the police, and you called the fucking police. Then the police came, and the police was like, yo, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. Y'all go, or get the fuck out of here. We tired of y'all ass. And the MOVE is like, we don't feel like leaving. And they're like, all right, goddammit, we coming in here to run you motherfuckers up out of here. So the MOVE don't leave. Now the MOVE is saying that when they tried to come out, the cops started shooting guns at them, which made them retreat back into the house. And if the cops set that fire, they didn't shoot and set no fire. They had nothing but women and children in there. So make a long story short, I think they killed the lead and the rest of the younger guys. I think only like 1 or 2 guys survived that thing. Or 1 female survived all those times. So make a long story short, with those people in the MOVE, they tried to come out, the police shot and made them go back in. Eventually the police dropped C4. So the people who called the police to complain, they also lost their house. So they couldn't find a way to compromise with the black people when they were all in the one neighborhood. So they went to the authority, the white folks who run it all, and say, yo, come fix this. What the fuck? These people ain't listening to me. They treating us shitty. They got this loud ass. I don't want to fucking deal with this. And they was like, okay. I'm burning all this shit out. All y'all got to go. It's gentrification. It's the same thing. It's like they just burnt you out. And so it's like, well, damn, you couldn't just go in there and snatch them out their house. Y'all had to burn them and burn me out. And that's what happened. So who won in that instance? Who won? Who was the right person? Was it the right people was the ones who complained? Was the move the people, was the right people who actually was dealing with the turmoil? Was the cops right? Like coming over there, burning up everybody and shooting everything down and getting complete peace over there now. I saw the documentary. It's a lot of information on this on YouTube. You should look it up if you're interested in this because it's history. And I remember in the 80s listening to hip hop a lot. I never heard too many rappers talking about this. I definitely never heard Bill Cosby talk about this, who was a major star back then and who was actually from Philly. So he never really spoke too much about that as well. So I just wonder why that happened to them. They did now. A lot of them are, and one of the people who survived it all these years, they do a few interviews over the time. But if you're interested in that kind of knowledge, you should look it up. But again, could you imagine a bunch of people with dreadlocks trying to go down to the state capitol saying we're not going to leave? No, you can't. When the Black Panthers walked up in Sacramento State Capitol and had their guns out in the 60s, and they said that that's their right to walk with guns, that's when America passed the gun laws, around saying it's not ruled law for you to have a gun unless you are registered and all these things. But it was only until they saw the Black Panther brothers down there with them guns walking up in the state capitol saying having it in their possession when they was like, yo, you motherfuckers finna go to jail. And that's what happened. They didn't go to jail in the 60s, but they made sure they passed laws. And how many people do you think went to jail after them brothers walked past there with them guns in the 60s? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. So it's just it's the way things go. So you got to be a little bit more careful how you move because it could be your demise. If you black, it's a lot of ways it could be your demise, and that's the problem. Because all these criminals be white boys too, that don't none of this shit happen to them, and I just think that that's horrible. State capitol getting overtaken, and they don't see this as terrorism. They don't. Nobody go to prison. It's supposed to be that one ringleader that go to jail. And they saying it's Trump, but he a billionaire, so they'll never put him in jail. He got too much money. But that's facts. He got too much paper. He could bat a motherfucker trying to lock him up. He's a billionaire, so giving somebody $200,000-300,000 is pennies for him. So it's just crazy, man. Y'all like and subscribe on this page, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go to Walmart, buy my products. Go right here on my channel, see my new movie called Killer Rapper. I wrote it, I directed it. I played the main character in it. It's a good movie. It's an action movie. It got some great characters, great actors. All independently produced, all independently made. And when you check it out, you help me out because you give me more views, which allow me to produce my next movie. The more views I get, the more money I can make from advertisers, the more money I can put into my next film because I produce my own movies with my own money. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. That's critical. Some good green. It really the fuck is, man. I try to make sure the homegirl, she got that one right there. So I tried some other shit last weekend. My homie was like, man, you gotta get this other shit, nigga. It's called Cheetah Piss. And I'm like, Cheetah Piss? Let's try it. Give me 2 of them. And it was that day I hit it, I was blown. But after about a few days, I was like, yeah, I don't want this shit. My girl got this pink runt shit. Hey, okay. That shit gets you good every time. So that's what I want to holler at y'all about today, man. That state capitol, everything is going on down there. What y'all think? Hit me in the comments. Let me know if the people down there crazy, if they need to take their butts home. What the hell are they doing? Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. This is definitely your boy Yusef Hood. I'm hollering at you at my company, Hood Films. You're looking at me right at the show. A lot of times I'm in the studio part of this place, and I'm actually up there doing more of the video, so you'll see the green screen. I also have a green screen in this room. I don't use it as much, but I could. I could just basically turn this way and film the green screen. But right now I'm doing a live stream where I'm talking to you right here, directly on my video, and I'm building up my page. My page, I had it again for 10 years. I started this April 3rd, excuse me, 2011. So I was in Hollywood all the way up until around about December. So after December in 2011, it was turning 2012. Oh, wait a minute, April? No, so I wasn't in Hollywood yet. Actually, I started this page before I went to Hollywood. I went to Hollywood that August to December. I did me a nice little run up in there and worked on a bunch of shows. But it's so fast paced, it just be going so fast up there. It's fun too, and I met some great people up there. So just hollering at y'all about this work, man. This products I do with Hood Films, and I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. And kicking it with me. I was meaning to call my buddy from Hollywood too. That's I did call earlier, but maybe they 2 hours behind us, so I'm gonna try them again. Yo, but anyway, thank y'all for watching my page. This is your boy Yusef Hood. Hood Films is the company. Hoodfilms.com is the brand.
Hello?
Yo, can I speak to Paul?
Speaking. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yusef.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, man? Hey, man, it's good to hear your voice.
Hey, man, what's been going on?
Man, everything is great, man. It's been 10 years since I met you, man.
Has it been 10 years?
Is that amazing?
You gotta be kidding me. Like, where are you at now? What state you in?
I'm in Chicago, but my son is about to be going to USC. He's flying out Friday. So I'll be up there real soon. He's going to USC. He was a baby then, but now he's graduating to be at USC.
What's he studying at USC?
He's going up there for acting and stuff like that. But we're trying to make him do something medical. But we'll see. You know how teenagers are.
Oh yeah, right. So you're in Chicago, huh? God, it's been long. Last time. I don't know, was it downtown or something?
Yeah, it was. It was. You know, it was how we met and everything just was amazing to me, man. You was just a brilliant, great person, and I just want to tell you that, man, because I'm a young black dude from Chicago South Side. I'm sure you hear all the craziness on the news, and you just an older, cool dude, man. And I appreciate how you helped me out back then. I'm so grateful.
Oh, let me tell you something. My dad taught me he taught me to be colorblind. So, I have, like, the guy that does my locks in my house, he's African American.
Right.
I know a lot of African American, of course, working in our industry.
Of
now
course.
I'm working on a show called This Is Us, and one of the lead actors is African American.
Wow, that's dope, man.
Have you heard of that show?
Of course I have. You know I have. Of course I have, man. Yeah. I'm gonna be up there real soon. He's a teenager, so I couldn't go with. He wouldn't let me go with him now. He wants to do it all by himself. So I'm giving him about a good month, and then I'm gonna come on down there.
You gonna call me when you come down?
Indeed, man. How your kids doing? How the baby? How the children and everything?
My kids are doing great. Megan's now gonna be 16, and Matthew's 13. He's balling right now tonight. He's over there in Calabasas balling. You know I live out this way, right?
Yeah. I remember you was telling me. You want to teach your son some hooping. So he doing good at it?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's good. He's doing all right. He's gaining some height. He needs to add some weight. I don't know how far he's gonna go with it, but it's good exercise for him.
Indeed. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good, man. So the family doing great, man. It's good to hear, Paul. You still married? You still with the lady, or?
Yeah. My wife's doing fine.
Awesome.
She's working from home. We had a hiatus for This Is Us for a couple weeks now, but
right.
hopefully, if things settle down, that is, if they don't burn up LA, like they're tearing up Washington.
Yeah,
Who
I've been
knows
hearing.
what the hell's going to go on, right? Do you
Yeah,
think we're going
indeed.
to have a revolution or what?
Man, I'm saying it's so crazy. I got a son up in D.C. now. He's graduated from Howard, so he called me about all that craziness today, and I'm just like, be careful, stay away from it, and just stay prayerful, man. I think it's gonna all blow over, man.
I hope so, because we're living in some trying times, you know. We need a lot of prayer.
Indeed, man. Man, Paul, it's so great speaking to you again, man. Thank you. I'm gonna be in town. I'm gonna call you, man. It's so crazy. You got the same number in 10 years. Is that amazing?
I've had this, how long have I had this phone number? 20 years? 20 years. Can you believe that? Is that
What?
give up or what?
Man, that's God, man. Cause you're a great person to me, man. You helped me out tremendously, man. You remember everything you did. I'm grateful to you. I'm gonna call you like in about 30 or 40 days when I'm up in Cali, so we can hang out, man.
All right, yeah, give me a call. Give
Okay.
me a call, make sure.
Indeed,
So,
man.
I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one,
Stay
Paul.
blessed.
Happy New Year to
Be
you.
safe.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right, man. So y'all heard right now my white person connect in California. That's the guy when I got off the plane in LA. I knew nobody. I'm talking about not an absolute human. And I was out there walking the streets, and I was living in LA. I had nowhere to go, and I saw a bunch of white guys hanging at this hotel. Now I know this hotel is called a Biltmore Hotel. They were filming a show, but I just was walking to the library. I asked the guy on the streets, some random, and I was like, "Yo, man, how you get to the library?" And he was like, "It's that way." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I started walking that way, and then I saw a film shoot happening, and at this big building downtown. I'm downtown LA, and I'm like, "Should I go say something to them?" And then I was like, nah, I don't know them. They don't know me. I'm just gonna, keep walking. Then I said, fuck that. You could go holler at them, man, and see what's up. Just go talk to them. And I walked over there to these, they all was white dudes. And I was like, how y'all doing, man? I'm from Chicago. I just moved up here. I'm trying to get in the film business. And the first group of dudes was like, oh, okay. You maybe need to talk to them over there or something like that. And I was like, okay. Hey, how y'all doing, man? I'm from Chicago, man. My name is Yusuf Hood. I went to Columbia College for filmmaking. And one of the guys was like, well, you need to talk to him. And he pointed to this guy, Paul. And he was like, yo, we went to film school. And I was like, told him my life story real fast. And he was like, yo, okay, well, I'm going to holler at you. I'm going to show you around a little bit. And I did not know who I was meeting. I didn't know who these guys was. I just know there was a film shoot. And I was like, I'm going to take my chances and speak to these strangers. And I did. And eventually this guy was like a really powerful person doing filmmaking. And he got me on all kind of sets, all kind of work, day out, day out, day in, day out, day out. It was like a fucking roller coaster. And it was like going so fast. I was just like, wow. It was so quick, but it just was great to meet somebody like that. But I eventually did my part and did my thing, and then I came back because I wanted to do my thing, which is Hood Films, and which is why you can see my movies on my website. And I love Hollywood, and I love kicking it with my brother right there. He's a cool dude. He's way older than me, so for him to take me under his wing for the time frame that he did was appreciative. It's been 10 years since then. And so I want to call back and just be like, man, thank you, because we don't talk to your mentor every day. It's like maybe been 4 or 5 years since I even spoke to him. It just so happened that the phone call went through because I had called earlier today, just scanning through my phone. And I was like, I ain't spoke to old boy Paul in so long, and my kid is about to go off to college, so I decided to give him a holler in case my kid wanted to say something to him. But I doubted that because my kid is not into this world. He's into something completely different. So I wouldn't even try to do that because he'd be in that world like, kids, they not into what the fuck you into. They into what they into. So, but he said he wanted to get into like acting and comedy, but we'll see because he's so young. He might move around and do something different, and that's what I'm thinking it is. Because me myself, I had other ambitions, and then when I decided to lock in on filmmaking and just make that my lifelong dream and passion, I was probably around 25ish when I decided that was going to be it. 24, I think I was 24. 24, 25. I was always seeking it and wanting it, but I would have took any damn thing. But then I got around 24, 25, and then it was like I'm locked in. And it seemed like that's young, but that's kind of old when you're an 18-year-old making a decision for the rest of your life. 18 is kind of young to be saying, I'm going to do this forever, because things can happen and things can go down in your life, and then you find yourself in a whole nother state or a whole nother town or a whole nother relationship, and it's like, Okay, maybe I ain't gonna do that no damn more. Maybe I'm doing something else. So, man, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for paying attention to me. This your boy Yusef Hood Films. I've been doing filmmaking for like 20-something years, working my butt off, doing my independent stuff. Check my new movie out right here on my channel. It's called Killer Rapper. Go to the website, buy some clothes. Still check out us at walmart.com. I'm grateful for y'all support. I'm grateful for y'all checking us out. I'm going to be doing more vlogs like this. More stuff going to be happening on my studio sessions. I'm going to be going to LA to hang out with Paul and go see my kid and make sure where he's staying is in a nice environment. Even though I already been to the building he moving into when I was rocking up in LA every day. So I know the environment. So, but I want to see how things have changed. And I got new websites I want to launch that's related to the filmmaking industry and related to films. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you very much for watching. This is a very special episode right here for me to actually speak to my mentor, to the world. You get a chance to know that it was actually a white person who helped me out in California. It was not a black person. It was a Caucasian person who I met on the fucking street. I met him on the street. He could have played the shit out of me. He could have been a mental case. He could have been a crazy person. He could have been all kind of shit. But he had a fucking genuine heart. Nice as hell. Best person I ever met in my life. As a man, I just could not believe this person was this friendly and nice to me and helping me out. And doing all, I got scared for a while because I was like, I'm hearing too many rumors about what Hollywood is and you're not doing none of that shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, Hollywood since I'm a child. I've heard all kind of fucking stories. And then you meet these people like this brother here and he wasn't like that. It was like, wow, it's been 10 years. That's why I wanted to say to him, thank you. And I appreciate him for being a helpmate for me in that time of my life. I was much younger at that time. And I wasn't hustling. I wasn't pushing my brand. I was pushing my brand, but I was doing more of the filming side of it. I was literally behind the camera producing my ass off. So I got like shitloads of products and films that I could even put right up here. Might even do that. But because it'll just add more viewing time to my page because I got like a shitload of films that I literally don't even have up here right now. Some of them was just grimy ass shit I just did in the hood. Matter of fact, my movie Hood Life is 20 years old this year because I shot that 20 years ago in 2001. And that was 10 years before I even met Paul. That was 2011 when I met Paul. And then this is 2021. So that's the 20-year time frame of me doing that stuff. So it was just cool to speak to the person. I might be up in Cali. I might not because my teenager like, Dad, fuck you, I'm a little bit back. And I'm like, okay, all right. But you see the stuff and you're thinking there's so much coronavirus and all this stuff happening. You just want to make sure that your people is in the right situation. So that's that, man. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Thank you for watching. We're going to be doing more of these videos. I might do one later on tonight. I might do one in the morning. I might do one tomorrow. But I'm going to be doing them constantly and consistently. I'm locked in. I'm going to be talking to you about YouTube stuff. I'm going to be talking to you about filmmaking. I'm going to be talking to you about my life. You can talk to me about your life in the comments. Let me know. Holler at your boy. We appreciate you. Like and subscribe and share my videos. This is Hood Films. And we appreciate your support. Holla.